forget everything you thought you knew about the Outer Worlds. For the sequel, Obsidian is executing a total overhaul, and we're breaking down the 5 biggest ways it's changing the game. And we're talking about complete gunplay revolution inspired by the best in the genre, and a brand new third-person perspective to see it all. They're introducing a deeper and more complex companions who are woven into the main story, and smarter quest design that offers a true immersive experience. Character creation is being redesigned from the ground up to make your choices seem way more meaningful. Finally, they're building out deeper factions, each with its own respective radio station that reports your actions to the world with their own unique spins. This is not just another chapter, it's a fundamental reinvention of how the game plays, and we're going to talk about all that here on Level Check. The first huge difference is gunplay, which addresses the most common complaint from the original game, that it felt weightless and clunky. Obsidian heard this feedback loud and clear and completely rebuilt the shooting from scratch. To achieve this, they studied the masters of the craft, which the game director Brandon Adler revealed the team did a complete breakdown of Bungie's Destiny to understand the core principles of what makes shooting feel so responsive and satisfying. Being part of Xbox also provided a massive advantage. The team consulted directly with developers of Halo Studios, who provided a huge list of feedback and specific configuration tweaks to improve the moment-to-moment experience. If you play Halo 3, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The goal was to make weapons feel great right out of the box. This included shifting RPG stats away from unsatisfying elements like weapon recoil and sway, which makes a lot of early game RPGs feel a little imprecise. Now, every weapon has its own distinct personality and impact. You'll feel the heavy kick of a shotgun or the solid thump of a pistol and enjoy aiming down sights that are snappier and more responsive. The sound and physical feel of combat have received a major upgrade, making it genuinely fun and a tactical experience. So I have to give a shout out to the Obsidian team for bringing back science weapons. That one gun, the Armageddon, the one that fires the swarm of arms that stick to enemies, and like the throwing grenades that suspends people in air and you can shoot them mid-air. Oh, and the one science armor named Gary that is a complete abomination, but they are including science armor in the game. It's a sentient suit that'll lash out at enemies, so I'm looking forward to getting that on my character. The second massive difference is the expanded role your companions play. While some were fan favorites, others not so much. In the first game, the personal stories were often self-contained and completely separate from the story, which in hindsight, that could be a good thing due to the character feeling like they have a life outside of you, the main character. In the sequel, Obsidian is making deeper and more complex by fully integrating their story into the main plot. So hopefully they're incorporated in a way that makes sense to the story and the character. There'll be 6 new companions overall, and they're all going to be tied to the central narrative and the decisions you make within it. So one of the great things about the companions is each companion is aligned to a specific faction, creating potential conflicts of loyalties and unique commentary as you navigate the world. This time, you can directly influence their personal development through your choices. For instance, you can push Niles, a fellow Earth directive, to becoming a model corporate employee, or you can inspire him to turn against the entire organization. And knowing me, I might end up doing that. Similarly, you can encourage Aza, a cultist who worships violence, to find a less psychotic path, or you can fully subvert her dangerous tendencies. It makes for good gameplay. These choices will have real weight as you and your companions will be far more reactive to the world. Your actions, your reputation make you feel like less of a follower and more like a true partner whose fates are intertwined together. I'm really looking forward to it. My biggest gripe with the first game was the lack of oomph from the first character. So they seem to be doing a lot more with the companions this go around. So I'm here for it. Faster shooting is great, but there's a third key difference is how the action integrates with smarter gameplay and much deeper quest design. Enemies are no longer static targets like they were in Outer Worlds 1. The AI for enemy NPCs have been significantly improved, allowing them to actively flank you, use more cover strategically, and present more of a more dynamic challenge. The smarter opposition is matched by a wide variety of solutions available to the player. Obsidian is embracing an immersive sim level design philosophy, meaning there are far more ways to solve any given problem. Now, while you can't go in guns blazing, stealth is now a much more viable and fleshed out option, complete with silent takedowns and the ability to hide bodies. New gear like the in-ray scanner allows you to see through walls and provide significant tactical advantage. Even throwables add another significant layer for both you and your foes. This philosophy extends to questing, where single objectives might be completed by talking, or sneaking, hacking, or fighting your way through it, with each path feeling like a valid and fully supported choice. The world itself encourages this, with larger, denser environments designed for players who like to explore off the beaten path, leading them to discover new side stories and unique solutions. Your choices in these quests carry more weight. Aligning with one faction can permanently lock you out of the narrative thread for another, forcing you to make hard decisions with real lasting consequences. So with all this talk of slick gameplay, you might worry that The Outer Worlds 2 has left its RPG roots behind, but that cannot be further from the truth. In fact, the fourth major difference is how the character creation has been redesigned to be deeper and more impactful at the very start. The 6 core attributes from the very first game are gone. They have been replaced with a more dynamic trait system that actively shapes your playstyle. You can choose from a mix of positive and negative traits that significantly offer debuffs and buffs, defining your character through tangible gameplay effects rather than abstract numbers. The perk system has also been massively expanded to over 90 perks, which many are designed to create powerful synergies with new combat, stealth, and movement systems. This allows you to incredibly diverse and specialized builds. But here's the biggest heads up. Obsidian has confirmed that you cannot respec your characters. This was a deliberate design choice intended to make the decisions you make feel permanent and meaningful. It forces you to truly commit to a build and roleplay as that character, living with the consequences of your choice rather than swapping abilities to fit every situation. So make your choices matter. Pre-plan a build if you need to. So the fifth major change is how the world itself reacts to you through its factions and the brand new radio system. The Arcadia system is dominated by a power struggle between 3 major groups: the militaristic protectorates, the profit-obsessed corporate merger anti-choice, and the science-based religion known as the Order of the Ascendant. These factions are in constant battle for control, with your decisions having the power to see the entire towns change hands. To make this conflict feel truly alive, Obsidian took inspiration from one of the most beloved features in Fallout New Vegas, the radio. The Outer Worlds 2 features 3 different radio stations, one from each major faction. These stations don't just play music though, they have around 20 unique tracks, but they actively also report your exploits. Depending on your actions, one of the factions broadcasts might praise you as a folk hero, while the other names you public enemy number 1. With all the news spun to fit their own agendas, that means you just won't hear the news. You will be the news, with your reputation broadcasted around the system in real time. So be careful with your choices. Do not piss off the faction you want to be with. So those are the 5 things that The Outer Worlds 2 has completely changed from The Outer Worlds 1. We have to understand that it's not just a sequel, it's a metamorphosis, if you say. Obsidian looked at the biggest complaint from the original, the uninspired and clunky gameplay, and they made it their priority to fix it. By studying the masters of the genres and leveraging the expertise of Xbox, mainly the money, they've managed to blend deep and meaningful role-playing with fast-paced tactical action. With more impactful companions, smarter gameplay that rewards creativity, and a character's choice that truly stick, the game is gonna feel completely fresh. The addition of dynamic faction systems and a reactive radio that makes you the headline, it promises a fulfilling story that's always reacting to you. So personally, I'm looking forward to the Outer Worlds 2, and I will be playing and reviewing it. So if you guys want to check that out around the time of the release of the game, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys soon right here on Level Check.